In a world filled with chaos and noise, the Leave Quietly philosophy serves as a symbol of grace and self-esteem. This effective approach to life's challenges is not about being passive or weak. Instead, it involves making wise choices about which battles to fight and staying true to your values in difficult times. Embracing the idea of departing without causing a disturbance equips you with a powerful tool that can revolutionize your relationships, career, and personal development. This philosophy is all about keeping things straightforward. When you encounter disrespect, conflict, or situations that no longer benefit you, you simply choose to leave without making a fuss or giving any explanations. Recognizing when a situation has become toxic or unproductive and choosing to remove yourself gracefully is important. There are many advantages to implementing this approach that have a wide-ranging impact. Leaving without causing a fuss allows you to conserve your energy for more meaningful pursuits, uphold your dignity in difficult circumstances, and often prompts others to contemplate their own actions. This philosophy enables you to assume command of your life without getting caught up in unnecessary drama or prolonged conflicts. In addition, departing without causing a disturbance conveys a strong statement. It showcases a high level of emotional maturity, self-discipline, and confidence that is evident without the need for words. In a world that frequently praises those who make the most noise, choosing to leave quietly can make a powerful and refreshing statement. It questions the idea that all complaints need to be voiced, every offense dealt with, and every choice justified. As we explore this philosophy further, you'll learn how to apply it in different areas of your life, including personal relationships and professional settings. You will be able to identify when it is appropriate to depart, understand how to do so without causing unnecessary commotion, and manage the consequences that follow your choice. Adopting the leave quietly. Philosophy can be challenging at times, but the benefits, such as personal development, tranquility, and stronger relationships, are invaluable. Lesson 1. Mastering the power of silence. Silence possesses a remarkable strength that is frequently undervalued when it comes to expressing determination and resilience. In a world full of constant noise and chatter, the power of silence can be a valuable asset. Think about how someone can have a powerful impact by choosing to stay silent, instead of getting involved in pointless arguments when faced with conflict or disrespect. This quietness conveys a great deal, expressing a feeling of confidence and tranquility that cannot be adequately put into words. Differentiate between the silent treatment, which can be a way of emotionally manipulating someone, and necessary periods of silence. One approach is a passive-aggressive tactic employed to punish or control others, while the other is a deliberate decision to uphold one's dignity and conserve energy. Understanding the importance of silence involves recognizing the appropriate times to speak up and when it's best to stay silent, all while prioritizing your integrity and self-esteem. Just think about the power you have when you decide not to react to every provocation, slight, or misunderstanding. Mastering this skill allows you to have complete control over your emotions and reactions. You establish an environment that encourages people to reflect on their actions and intentions, rather than relying on your responses. This is the essence of silence, not a tool to use against others, but a barrier to safeguard your inner tranquility and stay on track. In practice, this could involve choosing not to engage in further argument, without feeling compelled to have the final say. One way to improve is by being open to criticism and avoiding the urge to become defensive. It could also imply the act of walking away from a situation or relationship that no longer benefits you without feeling the need to provide a detailed explanation or justification to everyone involved. Embracing silence allows you to conserve your energy for more significant matters and develop an aura of mystery and strength. Many people find themselves fascinated by people who are comfortable with silence and do not feel compelled to provide explanations for their actions. This can result in increased respect and even admiration from those in your vicinity. Silence is not about being passive or letting others take advantage of you. Carefully select which battles to engage in and understand that not every provocation warrants a reaction. It's important to recognize that your actions and silence can have a greater impact than your words. Once you become skilled in this art, you will discover how to gracefully and confidently handle the challenges that life presents. Lesson 2. Handling disrespect. In today's society, it is important to equip yourself with the necessary tools to uphold your dignity and self-esteem, especially when faced with widespread disrespect. Understanding and identifying patterns of disrespect is the initial step in this empowering journey. Be mindful of those around you. Their words, actions, and even subtle body language can indicate a lack of respect that you may have missed before. After recognizing these patterns, it's time to act. Preserving your dignity when faced with disrespect is not only about protecting yourself, but also a reflection of your character and resilience. The way others treat you is a result of their own internal struggles, and it has nothing to do with your value. By choosing not to participate in their negativity, you elevate yourself above the situation and maintain your integrity. However, it's important to note that this doesn't imply that you should allow others to take advantage of you. Instead, it's important to learn how to assert yourself in a calm and confident manner without resorting to their tactics. A timely pause or a graceful exit can convey much more than a heated response. When you choose not to react emotionally, you prevent the disrespectful party from getting the satisfaction they want and stay in control of the situation. This approach helps conserve your energy and allows the offender to face their own behavior. Instead of perceiving it as a personal attack, consider it as a chance to demonstrate your resilience and integrity. Each time you come across disrespect, it provides an opportunity for you to exercise self-control, establish your boundaries, and strengthen your sense of self-worth. Responding with grace and dignity consistently not only earns respect from others, but also enhances your own self-respect. You have the ability to determine your reaction to disrespectful behavior. Will you allow it to bring you down, or will you use it as an opportunity to grow personally? It's up to you to decide, and the benefits of choosing dignity are priceless. Adopting this philosophy will lead to a transformation in your relationships, with respect becoming the foundation of your interactions. Timothy was a dedicated employee at Spark Technologies, recognized for his strong work ethic and creative thinking. However, recently, he discovered that his work environment had become more and more toxic. Timothy frequently found himself frustrated by his new team leader, Marcus, who consistently disregarded his suggestions during team meetings and frequently claimed credit for his work. During a tense morning, Marcus interrupted Timothy during a project presentation, abruptly suggesting to move on. "We don't have time for ideas that are not well thought out." All attention turned to Timothy as the room grew quiet. At that moment, Timothy was overwhelmed with anger and frustration. He immediately felt the need to protect himself, to engage in a debate, to express his dissatisfaction with the unjust treatment. However, he recalled the effectiveness of remaining quiet. Timothy chose to pause and take a deep breath, rather than immediately reacting. He held Marcus's gaze for a moment, his expression serene and collected. After that, he silently nodded and leaned back in his chair. The atmosphere in the room was filled with tension. Everyone anticipated a reaction, a disagreement, or at least a moody reply. However, Timothy's lack of words conveyed a significant message. It exuded an air of confidence and poise that words alone couldn't capture. During the meeting, Timothy observed his colleagues casting glances in his direction, displaying a combination of curiosity and respect. With his silence, Marcus came across as petty and unprofessional, completely changing the dynamics of the situation. Timothy continued with this approach for the following weeks. He kept up his excellent work, but no longer bothered to explain or justify himself to Marcus. When confronted with unjust criticism, he would calmly acknowledge it and proceed with his duties. Over time, there was a shift in the situation. His co-workers began seeking him out directly for ideas and collaboration, bypassing Marcus. The department head, who found the change in team dynamics interesting, started to give more attention to Timothy's contributions. After 2 months, Timothy was the top choice for a senior position in another department. During his interview, the CEO remarked on your impressive composure in high-pressure situations. That's a unique and precious quality in a leader. Timothy came to the realization that his decision to remain silent had a greater impact than any argument or complaint he could have made as he accepted the promotion. His decision to not respond to provocation showcased his emotional intelligence and inner strength, distinguishing him from others. Timothy discovered the immense power of silence through his personal journey. It had assisted him in successfully navigating a challenging situation, gaining the respect of his colleagues and supervisors, and ultimately propelling his professional growth. Timothy learned a valuable lesson that day. Sometimes, silence can speak louder than words in a noisy world. Lesson 3: the pointlessness of complaining. In today's society, it is undeniable that complaining has become a prevalent behavior, with people readily expressing their opinions on various platforms. However, as we explore the leave quietly philosophy further, we must acknowledge an unsettling reality. Complaining is not only ineffective, but can also have negative consequences. Consider this. When was the most recent occasion where your grievances resulted in significant, beneficial transformation? Most of the time, people don't listen, or even worse, they form a negative opinion of you. Think about the energy you use up when you complain. You could redirect that energy towards finding solutions or improving your situation. When you change your perspective from dwelling on problems to finding solutions, you gain the ability to manage your situation. This is not about suppressing your emotions or disregarding valid concerns. It's about opting for a more efficient approach to tackle them. In addition, constantly complaining can negatively impact your mental well-being and relationships. It creates a pessimistic outlook which hinders the ability to recognize and enjoy the positive aspects of life. Constantly complaining may also cause friends, colleagues, and loved ones to distance themselves from you, as they may find your company draining. Is that the kind of impression you want to leave? Instead of focusing on the negative, it's helpful to explore alternative solutions that can bring about more positive results. Developing a habit of gratitude can help you change your perspective and direct your attention towards the positive aspects of life. When confronted with a problem, adopt a mindset focused on finding solutions. If something truly bothers you, it's better to take constructive action instead of simply venting about it. And always at times, the most impactful reaction is to silently walk away, capturing the true spirit of departing peacefully. By embracing a mindset of positivity and gratitude, you can experience greater peace, earn more respect, and feel empowered to take control of your life. It may be a difficult transition, but it will undoubtedly benefit you in every area of your life. Next time you have the inclination to complain, take a moment to reflect. Is this truly the most productive way to spend your energy? You might be surprised by the answer. Lesson 4: avoiding the pitfall of over-explaining. Many times, we find ourselves caught in the cycle of providing excessive explanations in our efforts to be easily comprehended. We often assume that by offering sufficient information, others will understand our point of view and support our decisions. Nevertheless, this inclination can have unintended consequences, turning our sincere explanations into repetitive and defensive speeches that alienate others instead of fostering understanding. Mastering the art of leaving quietly involves knowing when it's appropriate to provide explanations and when they can do more harm than good. Not every situation requires an explanation, and there are times when silence can convey more than words. When you learn to determine when to provide explanations and when to stay quiet, you gain control over your story and maintain your dignity. Your actions often have a greater impact than what you say. By consistently showcasing your values and principles through your actions, you can avoid the need for frequent explanations. Avoiding the common mistake of over-explaining. It will help you recognize when you're doing it and give you practical strategies to prevent it. By finding the right balance between providing clear explanations and maintaining a sense of dignity through silence, you can develop an aura of mystery and respect that will benefit you in all areas of life. Embrace the beauty of leaving questions unanswered and witness how others' curiosity and admiration for you flourish. Lesson 5. Establishing limits. Setting boundaries is an important step that should not be overlooked in the journey of leaving quietly. Boundaries play a crucial role in safeguarding your mental and emotional well-being by clearly delineating where you end and others begin. When boundaries are not clearly defined, you might end up frequently having to explain, justify, or compromise your values and needs. Think of your life like a garden, with boundaries acting as a protective fence. Similar to a fence that protects your property and allows you to enjoy your space undisturbed, personal boundaries serve as a barrier against negative influences and provide you with the opportunity to thrive. Setting clear boundaries allows you to create a safe space for yourself, where you can thrive without the need to constantly defend your choices or explain your actions. Yet, a significant number of people find it challenging to establish boundaries, often because they are afraid of confrontation or have a strong inclination to satisfy others. Boundaries should not be seen as barriers. Instead, they serve as bridges that promote healthy interactions while still maintaining your individuality. Establishing firm boundaries helps you communicate your self-respect and teaches others how to treat you. This is not about being self-centered or inconsiderate. It's about respecting your own needs and values. Begin by recognizing your personal boundaries in order to establish effective limits. Which actions by others make you feel uneasy? What situations tend to deplete your energy? After identifying these, make sure to convey them in a clear and consistent manner. Express your needs using I statements instead of attacking others. Instead of using accusatory language like "you're always interrupting me," try using a more constructive approach by saying "I need to finish my thought before responding." Establishing boundaries is not something that happens just once, but rather an ongoing process. It may be necessary to communicate your boundaries to others or make adjustments as the situation evolves. Stay steadfast in your determination, even in the face of opposition. If someone truly values you, they will respect your boundaries. On the other hand, those who fail to do so may show themselves as negative influences in your life. As you become more skilled at establishing boundaries, you'll discover that departing without causing a fuss becomes more effortless. You won't feel the need to provide excessive explanations or justifications for your decisions anymore. Instead, you'll be able to confidently express your viewpoint and continue without hesitation. This is the key to departing peacefully, avoiding unnecessary drama or explanations, and instead, calmly and confidently asserting yourself. Lesson 6. Making the choice to leave. It's time to confront the reality. Your current situation is no longer sustainable. After enduring and persevering, it is now time to make the important decision to leave. This decision should not be made lightly, but it has the potential to bring about significant personal growth and freedom. When you find yourself at a crossroads, remember that choosing to leave is not a sign of giving up, but rather a strong expression of self-care and self-preservation. Think about the impact that staying has had on your mental and emotional well-being. Feeling overwhelmed, unable to sleep, and unsatisfied with your current situation, these are clear indicators that it's time to make a change. It's important to pay attention to these signals and take action. Choosing to leave means embracing a brighter future, not avoiding your problems. Assess your situation in an unbiased manner. Create a list of advantages and disadvantages, ensuring that you consider not only the tangible aspects. Take into account the intangibles, your happiness, your sense of fulfillment, your potential for growth. Do you feel like you're truly living life to the fullest, or just going through the motions? Are you doing well, or just getting by? These questions may be difficult, but they are necessary for making a well-informed choice. The choice to leave is entirely up to you. Stay true to yourself and don't let anyone else's opinions or expectations influence your decisions. Have confidence in your intuition. It has guided you up until now, and it will continue to steer you in the right direction. You possess the inner strength to make this decision and follow it through. As you think about taking this life-changing step, imagine the person you could become once you're no longer limited by your current circumstances. Imagine the possibilities that lie ahead, the fresh adventures you'll embark on, the connections you'll create. This optimistic vision can be the inspiration you need to take that initial vital step. The choice to depart is not solely about distancing oneself from negativity. It's about embracing the allure of positivity. It's about regaining control, maintaining your self-respect, and pursuing your happiness. Be confident, inhale deeply, and make a decision that your future self will appreciate. It's time to make a quiet, yet purposeful departure towards a life that reflects your true value and potential. Lesson 7. Leave without any unnecessary drama. Learning how to gracefully exit situations without causing unnecessary drama is an important skill in today's world, where we are constantly connected and tend to overshare on social media. When you set out on your path to leave without causing a scene, peaceful departures can be both achievable and impactful. When you choose to exit gracefully, you preserve your dignity and leave others curious about your intentions, instead of giving them reasons to gossip or seek revenge. Think about how quietly slipping away, like a fading shadow in the twilight, can say so much more than a heated argument or tearful goodbye ever could. Embrace the beauty of subtlety and understatement in your departure, letting your actions speak for themselves without the need for explanations or justifications. Avoid the urge to make a spectacle or crave attention with dramatic actions. Instead, prioritize your own tranquility and future happiness. The most impactful departures are often the ones that are understated, leaving a lasting impression on those who remain. By learning how to make a smooth exit, you can conserve your emotional energy and stay in control of any situation. Make your presence known through your actions, not your words. Observe as others are left to contemplate the meaning of your quiet exit. Imelda and Alex had been in a relationship for 3 years. Their relationship began with all the magic and enchantment of a fairy tale, filled with passion, excitement, and endless possibilities. Imelda, a committed elementary school teacher, was captivated by Alex's charisma and seemingly unwavering commitment. Over time, the flaws in their relationship became more apparent. In the beginning, the changes were not immediately noticeable. Alex's compliments became less frequent, replaced by occasional remarks about Imelda's appearance or her cooking. Imelda struggled to keep up with Alex's constantly shifting expectations, gradually losing her sense of self. Over time, the situation deteriorated. Alex's mood swings became increasingly noticeable, causing Imelda to tread carefully, fearful of setting off an angry reaction. Their conversations became unbalanced, with Alex consistently disregarding Imelda's opinions and diminishing her accomplishments. One evening, after a heated argument where Alex had belittled Imelda's aspiration to pursue a master's degree, she found herself sitting alone in their shared apartment, tears silently streaming down her face. Imelda suddenly realized she had reached her breaking point. Imelda, with tears streaming down her face, reached for her journal and started writing. She outlined the ways in which the relationship was impacting her. She had experienced a significant drop in her self-esteem. She had become more distant from her friends and family. She was losing interest in teaching because of the ongoing stress. She experienced feelings of anxiety and depression on a regular basis. Her personal goals and dreams appeared more and more unattainable. Imelda realized that staying in this relationship was becoming too expensive for her. As she examined the list, she realized it was time to go, but the idea of facing Alex filled her with fear. Then, it occurred to her that she had come across a book that emphasized the importance of leaving without making a fuss, highlighting the strength in silently moving on. In the following weeks, Imelda started getting ready. She trusted her sister and found a place to stay. She started transferring her most cherished belongings to her sister's house, being cautious not to raise any suspicions. She decided to open a separate bank account and began saving money. Imelda remained composed throughout this period. When Alex criticized her, she responded by nodding and smoothly transitioning to a different topic. She gave up on attempting to clarify herself or defend her actions. Alex found himself perplexed by this new behavior, as he was accustomed to Imelda's emotional reactions. The day she had been waiting for finally came. Imelda picked a time when she knew Alex would be away for a while. She gathered her remaining possessions, intentionally leaving behind anything that could potentially lead to a confrontation. She tidied up the apartment one last time, showing her attention to detail. Before departing, Imelda wrote a concise and straightforward message. "Alex, I have made the decision to terminate our relationship. I'm departing, and I won't be returning. Kindly refrain from attempting to reach out to me. Best wishes to you, Imelda." She left the note on the kitchen counter, along with her apartment key. After a calming breath, she glanced around one final time before gently shutting the door. Imelda's phone was inundated with messages and calls from Alex in the days that followed. There were various attempts to persuade, intimidate, and manipulate. However, Imelda remained steadfast in her decision to stay silent. She had expressed everything necessary in that note, and she understood that continuing the conversation would only result in additional anguish and complications. Over time, Imelda started to reconnect with herself. She reached out to her long-lost friends, dedicated herself to her teaching, and pursued her long-held aspiration of applying for a master's program. Her peaceful departure empowered her to continue on. Imelda never regretted her decision to leave quietly, despite moments of doubt and sadness. She maintained her composure, steered clear of unnecessary disputes, and granted herself the blessing of a fresh start. Her quiet farewell conveyed a strong message about her dignity and her resolve to improve her life. 1 year later, Imelda sat in her new apartment, surrounded by books for her master's program, and took a moment to reflect on her journey. The girl who had left that note appeared transformed, exuding strength, confidence, and inner tranquility. She came to the realization that departing without causing a scene wasn't just about putting an end to a relationship. It was about taking back control of her life and rediscovering her true identity. Imelda's story served as an inspiration to her friends, showcasing the importance of recognizing the right time to move on and the resilience that can be found in silence. She had discovered that at times, the most impactful message is conveyed not with words, but with calm and dignified deeds. Lesson 8. The effect of a quiet leaving. Choosing to leave quietly can have a significant impact on both yourself and those around you, setting in motion a powerful chain of events. Your departure has a significant impact that goes beyond the present moment, affecting how others perceive you, the dynamics of your relationships, and even future interactions. By avoiding unnecessary drama and providing concise explanations, you cultivate an aura of intrigue that holds great potential. This straightforward approach often helps others to reflect on their own actions and behaviors, potentially encouraging personal growth and introspection in ways that confrontation never could. Think about how your sudden departure will affect the people you leave behind. They are left to wonder about the reasons for your departure without any clear explanations or complaints from you. This uncertainty can serve as a strong motivator for change, prompting people to reflect on their actions and how they may have influenced your decision to leave. Through your silence, their actions are reflected back at them, revealing a truth that words cannot convey. Basically, you're providing them with a chance to reflect on themselves, which they may not have had if you had opted for a more dramatic or explanatory departure. Furthermore, the significance of mystery in relationships cannot be emphasized enough. Leaving without causing a scene helps you preserve your dignity and self-respect, which can be quite appealing. You become a mysterious figure, someone who values themselves enough to confidently walk away from unfavorable situations without feeling the need to explain their choices. This enigmatic characteristic can boost your charm in various aspects of life, as people are naturally attracted to those who radiate confidence and self-assurance. Leaving quietly can also have a positive effect on your personal development. By choosing this path, you show yourself that you have the strength and determination to leave behind situations that no longer benefit you. This action of self-preservation helps to boost your inner confidence and strengthens your dedication to your own well-being. As you become skilled at departing without causing a disturbance, you'll notice that you become more perceptive in your connections with others and more aware of your own personal limits and requirements. The consequences of a quiet departure are extensive and varied. This encourages others to contemplate their actions, establishes an aura of enigma that is captivating and influential, and strengthens your own perception of value. By adopting this mindset, you're not only exiting a situation, but also asserting your worth and paving the way for more satisfying relationships in the future. Take control and make thoughtful choices as you navigate your exit, witnessing the profound effects it will have on your own life and the lives of those close to you. Lesson 9. Handling the consequences. After you leave quietly, you might experience a mix of emotions. It's important to recognize these emotions without allowing them to overwhelm your determination. Just remember, you chose to leave quietly for a specific reason, and that reason remains valid. The aftermath can be difficult, but it's also a chance to learn and find oneself. Avoid the temptation to justify or clarify your actions. Doing so would only diminish the impact of your quiet departure. Instead, focus on personal growth and progressing ahead. Resist the urge to explain or defend your actions and remain steadfast in your choice. Whenever you experience the urge to go back, just remember the motivations behind your departure. Imagine the sense of liberation and tranquility that accompanies keeping quiet. Now is the perfect opportunity to liberate yourself from negative cycles and regain control over your life. Don't waste it by reverting to previous behaviors. As you embark on this new journey, prioritize taking care of yourself and fostering personal development. Surround yourself with people who are understanding and supportive of your choices. Participate in activities that bring you happiness and a sense of satisfaction. Take advantage of this opportunity to reconnect with yourself and the things that bring you joy. Approaching the aftermath of leaving quietly with the right mindset can lead to personal transformation. The absence of your words carries significant meaning. It conveys your confidence, your dignity, and your aversion to getting involved in unnecessary conflicts. By quietly leaving, you are conveying a strong message to both others and yourself. You are acknowledging your value and your entitlement to tranquility. Stay resolute in your choice. Welcome the consequences as an opportunity for personal development, and anticipate the promising future you are building. Lesson 10. Taking care of yourself. When you're making your exit, prioritize your own well-being. Leaving a situation or relationship can be emotionally challenging, and it's important to take care of yourself to maintain your determination and confidence in your decision. Now is the moment to prioritize yourself without any hesitation. Discover the benefits of engaging in activities that nourish your well-being and strengthen your mental health. Participate in regular exercise to experience the positive effects it has on both your physical well-being and your mood, thanks to the release of mood-boosting endorphins. Explore meditation or mindfulness practices to find inner balance and emotional stability. Surround yourself with a circle of caring people who value your choices and provide unwavering support and motivation. Just remember, reaching out for professional assistance is not a sign of weakness, but rather a reflection of your dedication to your own healing journey. A therapist can offer valuable tools for emotional healing and assist you in navigating the intricate emotions that arise during this process. Make sure to get enough sleep, as it plays a crucial role in regulating emotions and cognitive abilities. Feed your body with nutritious foods that boost your energy and promote your overall well-being. Participate in activities that bring you happiness and serve as a reminder of your unique identity, separate from the current circumstances you're moving away from. Investing in self-care allows you to not only survive the process of leaving quietly, but also thrive and set the foundation for a more fulfilling future. Taking care of your well-being is crucial. By prioritizing it, you are sending a strong message that you value yourself enough to let go of situations that are no longer beneficial. Sophia found herself in her new apartment, with boxes still waiting to be unpacked and walls that were unfamiliar to her. The quietness was overwhelming, yet freeing. Only a week ago, she had made the challenging choice to end her relationship with her longtime boyfriend Mark and quit her job at a prestigious marketing firm. Both had become significant causes of ongoing stress and mistreatment, gradually diminishing her self-confidence and overall well-being throughout the years. Mark's emotional manipulation started off subtly, with occasional criticisms and guilt, tripping whenever she wanted to hang out with friends or family. Gradually, it progressed to controlling behavior, verbal abuse, and at times physical intimidation. Sophia firmly believed that, with more effort, she could bring about positive changes. However, they never did. At work, Sophia's boss, Linda, fostered a negative atmosphere. She claimed ownership of Sophia's ideas, publicly criticized her for minor errors, and consistently eroded her self-assurance. Regardless of Sophia's hard work and extended hours, Linda's expectations remained unreasonably high and difficult to meet. On a particularly challenging day, Sophia experienced a moment of realization after facing criticism from Linda at work and dealing with Mark's anger over her late return. She came to the realization that she had allowed others to take advantage of her in both her personal and professional life. That night, while Mark was sleeping, Sophia discreetly packed a bag and left a brief note. "I'm leaving. I kindly request not to be contacted." The following day, she handed in her resignation at work, providing no further details other than citing personal reasons. She disregarded Linda's requests for a clear explanation and her warnings about the potential impact on her professional life. Now, in her new apartment, Sophia experienced the outcomes of her choices. Her phone was inundated with messages, a mix of anger, pleas, and threats, from both Mark and her former colleagues. She felt an overwhelming urge to explain herself and justify her actions. However, Sophia never forgot the reason she chose to leave discreetly in the beginning: to put an end to the cycle of manipulation and preserve her self-respect. Sophia chose to prioritize rebuilding her life rather than responding. She began her mornings by practicing meditation and journaling, allowing herself to process her emotions independently without seeking validation from others. She made an effort to reconnect with old friends she hadn't been able to spend time with while she was in a relationship with Mark. Their support reminded her of the value she held beyond her previous positions. Sophia signed up for online courses to improve her skills, getting ready for a new beginning in her career. She started therapy to address the emotional impact of her past and develop healthier ways of relating to others. She also started painting, finding comfort and a way to express herself through art, something Mark had always discouraged. There were challenging days. There were times when she questioned her choice, when the feeling of being alone became too much, or when concerns about her financial future crept in. However, Sophia constantly reminded herself of the tranquility she now experienced, the lack of ceaseless judgment and anxiety. When mutual friends questioned her actions, Sophia confidently and politely stated, "I made the best decision for my well-being. I'd rather not go into the specifics." They were often puzzled but respectful of her quiet resolve. Over time, Sophia observed personal transformations. She felt a newfound confidence and inner calm that had been absent for years. Her artwork showed progress, mirroring her emotional growth and recovery. Finally, Sophia found a new job at a smaller company that appreciated her creativity and valued her input. She developed new connections founded on respect and support. After a year of leaving quietly, Sophia found herself in her cozy apartment surrounded by her collection of paintings and books. She came to the realization that by leaving without causing a scene, she not only freed herself from harmful circumstances, but also regained control over her own life. She didn't have to justify her value to anyone by providing explanations or arguments. Her actions demonstrated a quiet strength as she walked away and rebuilt her life, speaking volumes without uttering a single word. Sophia learned that silence can be powerful and that significant personal growth often occurs after making a courageous choice. She had transformed from being a pushover to taking control of her own narrative, a narrative that she now embraced with pride. Lesson 11. Rebuilding after leaving. Quietly leaving is merely the initial step on your path to personal development and empowerment. Now that you've made the courageous choice to leave without any unnecessary drama, it's time to concentrate on rebuilding your life and gaining wisdom from your previous encounters. First and foremost, welcome the chance for a fresh start. Leaving quietly has presented you with numerous opportunities, so it's important to embrace this fresh start with a positive and resolute mindset. Take a moment to consider the factors that prompted your departure and harness them as motivation for constructive transformation. Your past relationships or experiences don't define you. You have the ability to shape your future. As you begin this process of rebuilding, it's important to pause and reflect on your values and priorities. What is most important to you? What is most important to you? What kind of life would you like to build for yourself? Take advantage of this time of change to ensure that your actions are in line with your fundamental beliefs and goals. This self-reflection will provide a strong basis for the life you are about to construct. Learning from past experiences is crucial when it comes to rebuilding. Examine the factors and changes that influenced your choice to depart without causing a disturbance. Did you overlook any warning signs? Boundaries that were not established? Identifying these issues allows for the development of strategies to avoid similar situations in the future. This reflection is not focused on dwelling on the past, but rather on gaining the knowledge to make improved decisions in the future. Improve yourself by investing in education, acquiring new skills, or exploring hobbies that bring you happiness. This not only boosts your confidence, but also expands your knowledge and unlocks fresh possibilities. Always strive to be the best version of yourself, as it will serve as a solid foundation for any future relationships or endeavors. Do not overlook the importance of your support system as you navigate through this rebuilding phase. Surround yourself with people who bring positivity into your life. Friends, family, or professionals who uplift and encourage you. These connections offer emotional support, practical advice, and a feeling of belonging as you navigate your new journey. Building new routines and habits that promote your well-being is an important part of the rebuilding process. Develop a lifestyle that promotes good health by incorporating regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and sufficient rest. Integrate mindfulness practices such as meditation or journaling to preserve emotional equilibrium and enhance mental clarity. Developing these habits can have a positive impact on both your physical health and your mental and emotional well-being. As you continue on your journey, remember to stay dedicated to the idea of departing without causing a disturbance. Keep in mind the importance of not complaining excessively or providing unnecessary explanations, especially as you form new connections and encounter fresh obstacles. This approach will enable you to uphold your dignity and self-respect, which will attract more positive interactions and opportunities. Finally, remember to have patience with yourself as you go through this rebuilding process. Transformation requires patience, as personal development often follows a non-linear path. Take the time to acknowledge and appreciate your small victories, and remember to be gentle with yourself when faced with setbacks. Every little step you take is a step closer to the life you truly deserve. The process of rebuilding after a quiet departure is a powerful path towards personal exploration and development. By embracing fresh starts, gaining wisdom from previous experiences, prioritizing personal growth, and remaining steadfast in your values of grace and composure, you are not only rebuilding, but also transforming into a more resilient and enlightened individual. Embrace the opportunities that come with this new chapter in your life. Approach it with a sense of assurance and resolve. Lesson 12. When you can't leave. At times, no matter how hard we try, it may not be possible to easily walk away from a situation, for various reasons like limited finances, family responsibilities, or other challenging situations. We may need to stay where we are. However, there is still hope, as the principles of leaving quietly can be applied, even in situations where physical departure is not an option. By implementing these strategies, you can maintain your dignity and peace of mind without physically removing yourself from the situation. First and foremost, it's important to set clear boundaries. Even if you're unable to depart, there's no need to endure disrespect or mistreatment. Establish clear boundaries for what you are willing to accept and what you are not, and remain steadfast in upholding them. You can achieve this by reducing your interactions with specific individuals, avoiding draining conversations, or choosing to walk away when tensions escalate. Now, prioritize the development of inner strength and resilience. Cultivate a deep inner world that provides you with sustenance, regardless of what's happening around you. One way to handle the situation is by exploring personal interests, building a strong network of friends, or practicing spirituality. By developing your internal capabilities, you will be more prepared to handle challenges and not be overwhelmed by them. Silence can be a powerful tool, even when you're physically present. Select your words with care and use them sparingly. Avoid the temptation to constantly justify yourself or get involved in pointless arguments. Instead, demonstrate your intentions through your actions. Show your value through your actions and accomplishments, rather than constantly explaining yourself. Finally, it's important to keep a long-term perspective. Although leaving may not be possible at the moment, situations can always evolve. Take advantage of this time to strategize, get ready, and position yourself for upcoming opportunities. By remaining dedicated to your objectives and upholding your principles, you will be prepared to take action when the opportune moment arises. Essentially, leaving quietly involves both a mindset and a physical action. Applying these principles while staying will not only help you survive, but also set the stage for future success and personal growth. Always remember that your true strength is not measured by how well you can run away from challenges, but by how you can hold on to your dignity and self-respect when faced with adversity. Once you've mastered this skill, you'll be able to maintain a sense of inner peace, even in situations where you have to physically stay. Lesson 13. The importance of self-respect. Having self-respect is crucial for maintaining personal dignity, and is the main motivation behind the philosophy of leave quietly. It's important to understand that your value is not dependent on what others think or do, but on how you see yourself. Developing self-respect is crucial for your emotional well-being and personal growth. When you have a strong sense of self-worth, you naturally earn the respect of others and are less inclined to tolerate any form of disrespect or mistreatment. Think about this. Whenever you let someone mistreat you, you're communicating what you're okay with. When you cultivate self-respect, you establish a higher standard for how others should treat you. It's important to remember that acknowledging your worth and behaving accordingly doesn't involve being arrogant or dismissive towards others. Your level of self-respect has a profound impact on various aspects of your life, including the relationships you nurture and the choices you make in your professional journey. In addition, having self-respect empowers you to gracefully exit a situation when needed. It empowers you to leave toxic situations without feeling the need to explain yourself or seek validation. Understanding the importance of self-respect means recognizing that you have the right to prioritize your well-being without needing to explain yourself to others. You can remain composed and dignified, even when faced with criticism or attempts to manipulate you into staying. Building self-respect is a process that requires time and effort. Consistent effort and self-reflection are necessary. Begin by recognizing your values and living in harmony with them. Establish clear boundaries and consistently uphold them. Take the time to acknowledge your accomplishments, even the small ones, and use your mistakes as learning opportunities without getting stuck on them. Surround yourself with people who inspire and encourage you, and keep your distance from those who diminish your sense of self. The way you choose to treat yourself will influence how others treat you. By developing a sense of self-worth, you not only enhance your own life, but also serve as a role model for others. You're showing that it's possible to handle life's challenges with poise and integrity without resorting to complaining or over-explaining. Embrace your self-worth and witness the transformative power it has on your ability to gracefully depart and live true to yourself. Lesson 14. Effectively expressing your needs. When it comes to leaving quietly, it's important to become skilled at effectively expressing your needs without resorting to complaints or lengthy explanations. This chapter will provide you with the necessary tools to confidently and clearly express yourself, ensuring that your voice is heard while maintaining your dignity and peace of mind. Effective communication is not about being dominant or seeking attention. It's about expressing yourself in a manner that earns respect and promotes understanding. You can express your thoughts and emotions without the need to explain or worry about conflicts. Maintain healthy relationships and preserve your self-respect, which can be achieved through simplicity and clarity. When you communicate assertively instead of aggressively, you'll notice that others are more open to your needs and more likely to respond positively. Take a moment to appreciate the effectiveness of I statements. Instead of pointing fingers or assigning blame, try to communicate how a situation personally impacts you. Instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try expressing, "I feel unheard when my ideas aren't acknowledged." This small change in language can turn potentially confrontational conversations into productive dialogues. The timing of your communication plays a crucial role in its effectiveness. Select moments when both you and the other party are in a calm and open state. Jumping into a conversation when emotions are running high seldom results in favorable results. Timing is crucial when it comes to ensuring your message is understood as you intended. By patiently waiting for the right moment, you can greatly improve the chances of your message being received clearly. Nonverbal cues can convey a wealth of information. Be confident and assertive by standing tall, making eye contact, and speaking with a clear and steady voice. These nonverbal cues help you come across as confident and sincere, which can make your words more impactful. The way you communicate is just as important as the content of your message. Also, make sure to practice active listening. When you genuinely listen and recognize others, you foster an atmosphere of mutual respect where your own needs are more likely to be acknowledged and taken care of. This style of communication promotes understanding and cooperation, even in difficult situations. Being able to effectively express your needs without complaining or over-explaining is a valuable skill that can greatly benefit you in various areas of life. You can uphold your self-respect, establish your limits, and handle relationships with poise and assurance. By integrating these techniques into your everyday interactions, you'll discover that departing silently becomes more than just a philosophy. It becomes a seamless part of your enhanced communication approach. Lesson 15. Dealing with how others respond. When you decide to depart without causing a scene, it's important to anticipate how others might react. It's possible that those who are left behind may struggle to comprehend your decision, and some may even try to guilt, trip, or manipulate you into staying or providing an explanation. Just you don't have to explain yourself to anyone when it comes to putting your well-being first. Stay strong and true to yourself, as it reflects your inner power and dignity. When dealing with emotional blackmail, it's important to keep in mind the reasons that led you to make your decision. You are not responsible for how others react. Prioritize your own peace of mind. Stay strong and unwavering in your determination, regardless of what others say. Instead, see their attempts to manipulate you as additional evidence that leaving is the correct decision. Stay calm and composed. Even when dealing with difficult or desperate situations, Your lack of response carries significant weight, and leaving quietly will ultimately earn more respect than engaging in a heated argument. By avoiding unnecessary drama and lengthy explanations, you display a mature and confident attitude that will benefit you in future relationships. People who genuinely care about you will honor your choice, even if they may not completely comprehend it. Keep going and show through your actions rather than just talking. Leaving quietly may pose challenges, but it paves the way for personal growth, empowerment, and a future free from toxic relationships. Lesson 16. The advantages of departing peacefully in the long run. By adopting the philosophy of leaving quietly, you will uncover a multitude of long-term advantages that will greatly influence your life. By opting to leave without any complaints or explanations, you're not only avoiding any immediate conflicts, but also prioritizing your personal growth and future relationships. Think about it. Whenever you choose not to get caught up in drama or provide unnecessary explanations, you're strengthening your emotional resilience and self-respect. This newfound strength will provide a solid base for all your future interactions, enabling you to handle life's challenges with poise and respect. In addition, quietly leaving can be a strong way to empower oneself. It shows that you prioritize your peace of mind over seeking validation or having the final say. This change in viewpoint will create new possibilities and connections founded on mutual respect instead of emotional reliance. With consistent practice, you'll notice a positive change in the people you attract. They will value your strength and composure, resulting in more meaningful connections in your personal and professional life. However, the advantages do not end there. Mastering the skill of leaving without causing a disturbance can also enhance your emotional intelligence. You will develop a better understanding of your own needs and boundaries, as well as the needs and boundaries of others. Being more aware will improve your communication skills, leadership abilities, and relationships. You'll develop the ability to better assess situations and respond thoughtfully instead of acting on impulse. One of the most crucial aspects is the ability to depart without causing a disturbance, which helps you preserve your integrity when confronted with challenges. You should be commended for being able to remove yourself from harmful situations without resorting to negative actions. This integrity will be a foundation of your reputation, gaining you respect and admiration from the people who are important to you. Over time, you'll discover that the effort you used to put into complaining and explaining can now be redirected towards personal development and pursuing positive goals. You'll be able to dedicate more time and energy to your goals, cultivate positive relationships, and build the life you've always wanted. Having the confidence that you've dealt with challenging circumstances in a respectful manner is priceless and will positively impact your overall sense of contentment and joy. Appreciate the advantages of a peaceful departure in the long run. This is not just a temporary strategy, but rather a way of life that will provide long-term benefits. As you progress, every calm departure brings you closer to becoming a more empowered, respected, and fulfilled version of yourself. The journey may not always be straightforward, but the destination is worth every quiet step. Lesson 17. Knowing when to make exceptions. Although the leave quietly philosophy is generally powerful and effective, it's important to acknowledge that there are situations where exceptions are necessary. Life is seldom straightforward, and being too inflexible in our beliefs can sometimes have negative consequences. Think about how your silence affects the people who truly care about you. Although excessive explanations can sometimes be unhelpful, there are situations where a concise explanation can bring resolution and avoid unnecessary distress. For instance, in long-term personal relationships or professional settings where you have established strong connections, providing a considerate explanation for your departure demonstrates respect and maturity. However, that doesn't imply resorting to complaining or providing endless justifications. Instead, prioritize delivering a straightforward and succinct message that effectively communicates your decision without encouraging unnecessary discussion or conflict. This approach enables you to preserve your self-respect while recognizing the importance of the relationship you are ending. Think about situations where staying quiet might be misunderstood as endorsing unacceptable actions. When faced with abuse, discrimination, or severe injustice, it is important to speak up. It is not only acceptable, but often necessary to do so. Using your voice can be a powerful way to create change, especially when it aligns with your self-respect and personal values. The aim of leaving quietly is not to let others walk all over you or hide who you truly are. It's all about making smart choices and communicating in a manner that upholds your values. By developing the skill to recognize when an exception is necessary, you can effectively handle complicated situations with poise and insight, ultimately enhancing your capacity to depart discreetly when it is truly important. As you progress, push yourself to gain a more detailed comprehension of when it's best to remain silent and when it's appropriate to speak up. This balance will be beneficial in various aspects of life, enabling you to embrace the strength of subtle departure while staying committed to your core values and meaningful relationships. Lesson 18. Applying the concept of leave quietly in different situations. The philosophy of leave quietly is not a one-size-fits-all approach, but rather a versatile mindset that can be adapted to different aspects of life. This principle can be especially effective in personal relationships. When a romantic partnership has reached its end, it is best to part ways peacefully in order to preserve dignity and prevent unnecessary drama. Instead of getting into heated debates or long-winded explanations, gracefully stepping away says a lot about your character and emotional maturity. This approach can be used for friendships that have turned toxic or one-sided as well. By calmly creating some space between yourself and others, you can effectively communicate your message without having to engage in a confrontation. This philosophy is also beneficial in social situations. Exiting a situation that is no longer enjoyable or aligns with your values can be done in a quiet and effective manner. This method prevents any uncomfortable situations for others and enables you to have control over your social interactions. By becoming skilled at discreetly exiting different situations, you'll discover that you have greater energy for the relationships and circumstances that truly hold significance. This will help you steer clear of unnecessary drama and emotional exhaustion. Adopting this philosophy will bring about a sense of peace and purpose in both your personal and professional life. Final lesson: becoming skilled at departing peacefully. As we come to the end of our exploration of the leave quietly philosophy, it's important to fully embrace this powerful approach and make it a fundamental part of your life. Learning how to leave without causing a disturbance goes beyond just mastering a technique. It involves embracing a mindset that allows you to handle life's obstacles with poise and respect. By now, you've discovered the value of silence, the pointlessness of complaining, and the power that comes from establishing boundaries. You've learned how to navigate challenging choices, exit gracefully, and start over after the storm. Now let's incorporate these lessons into your daily life. Incorporating the leave quietly philosophy into your life necessitates regular practice and steadfast dedication. It involves being aware of how you react in every interaction, opting for silence instead of unnecessary explanations, and prioritizing your peace of mind over the desire to be understood by others. This implies not becoming distant or detached. Instead, it involves developing a sense of inner resilience that enables you to navigate life with intention and calmness. With practice, you'll find that this art becomes instinctive. You'll have a natural sense of when to speak up and when to stay quiet, when to stick around and when to stick around, and when to move on. You will exude a sense of calm assurance that earns respect without needing to ask for it. Your calm demeanor will attract people, and they will be intrigued by your ability to handle complex situations effortlessly. Becoming skilled at leaving without causing a disturbance is something that takes time and practice. There may be times when you struggle, when the temptation to complain or provide excessive explanations becomes overpowering. During these moments, it's important to remember the tranquility and strength that can be found in embracing silence and taking dignified action. Embrace these challenges as chances to enhance your determination and enrich your practice. Embracing the leave quietly philosophy allows you to gracefully exit situations and cultivate a way of being that will benefit you in all areas of life. You're evolving into someone who prioritizes self-respect over seeking validation from others, who embraces peace instead of getting caught up in unnecessary drama, and who inspires others through their actions rather than relying on explanations. This embodies the essence of gracefully departing. More than just a mere action, it is a lifestyle that enables you to confront any circumstance with serene resilience and unyielding poise.